3 weeks, hell, 2 weeks, starting with Betty White and who almost made it to her
December
100th
31st.
birthday.
Yeah, right before. It
Right
was
before.
New Year's Eve.
And, Meatloaf, Louis Anderson. Yesterday, Thierry Mugler, one of my favorite designers. And I'll say it when I get a chance to host the Oscars. Did you hear that? When I get a chance to host the Oscars, I wanted a couple of gowns made with the collaboration of him and Bob Mackie. Y'all come on, Oscars, and hurry up because Bob Mackie's still here.
No, I mean, I think it's just, we've all experienced, I think, a lot of trauma in the past 2 years from starting with COVID, and it seems like it's not really ending anytime soon. So definitely taking one day at a time and just being thankful. Bob Saget.
Bob Saget.
Who would have thought Bob Saget?
Sidney Poitier.
Just there's so many.
Andre Leon Talley.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's like one person every day.
And I think what hurt the most out of so many deaths that we lost in the last, let's say 3 weeks, was probably somebody who I hadn't known, but I feel like his mother grew up with us. Regina King, who we've been knowing since 227, when the story came out and broke about her son losing his life due to suicide, I just thought that was tragic. And as a parent, I wouldn't know how to deal with that. So prayers to Regina King. She needs all the strength because there will be so many unanswered questions of, did I do enough? Could I have done more? Should I have done? Because you'll never know those answers to the questions because you never know where a person's head is at when they do something like that. So hats off to Regina King and prayers to Regina King.
Yeah, well, that's a sensitive subject for me because Ian is close to a lot of like my guy friends, so it's been a rough couple of days.
Not as close to, I got my baby back, y'all, because y'all know Lauren even had heartbreak, recently. Lauren's mom passed recently, and I'm glad my baby came back. But I knew Lauren was coming back because I knew what your DNA was because I knew your mama. Let me tell you something. It's something about having a strong constitution, baby. It makes you a better person.
Yeah.
But we're here today, and we're here bringing back Laugh and Learn Season 2. We're doing hot topics, politics, scandalization.
Black history moments, because we got to keep it black.
We're going to definitely do we're black for the culture. We're doing, girl, what are you doing tomorrow?
Tomorrow? What's tomorrow?
What am I doing tomorrow?
I'm not doing anything tomorrow, but you have something to do tomorrow.
Tomorrow I'm doing, how you doing? I'm taping. I know, right?
With
Thank
your
you.
girl, Sherry Shepherd.
Thank you, Sherry Shepherd, for reaching back and saying, come on, ho, let's go. I appreciate that. And we've had a great meeting. Y'all make sure y'all tune in on Wednesday to see me doing Hot Topics with Sherry.
No, Tuesday.
No, I tape tomorrow. It airs Wednesday.
It airs Wednesday, okay.
And so y'all get to see me do my best. How you doing? How you doing? Y'all want to see my shoe cam?
Child, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Lord, y'all know she's gonna be acting a fool on the show.
I'm going to be the most
Prepare
daytime demure pumpkin orange lipstick wearing queen you've ever seen in your life.
All of that.
But I'm excited. And Lauren, what were you at? No, you're not traveling to soon, right?
Child, I start traveling in February. Actually, I gotta go. Well, I'm going on vacation, so don't call me Flame. No, I'm just kidding. I'm going on vacation for the first time in 2 years. Not like exotic anywhere, but I'm going to New York to celebrate my best friend's birthday because I haven't done that with her in 4 years. And then I'm going to take another vacation in March because March 4th is my mom's birthday. So we're going to go back to New York where she's from and kind of celebrate her. So I actually have 2 vacations lined up this year for the first time.
Very good. March 4th. What is that, Pisces?
She's a Pisces. But I think what my mom always loved to say was that, she had a birthday that had an action. You March 4th. So it's always a special day.
Oh, I see that. I like, that's
so
cute. Come on, Miss Marsh. I told y'all she was something else, baby. Let me tell y'all what's some person about Miss Marsh. She loves her some Flame Monroe, baby. That always helps. Mm-hmm. That mouth of man, good God.
So that'll be what I'm doing, but you got a lot of stuff coming up.
I do have a lot of stuff coming up.
We can't talk about it, but you got stuff coming up.
Yes, we do. But what we have coming up today is we have a special guest coming in a little bit. Mrs. Angela Stanton King, who has her own podcast, The Ask Show. She also ran for what did she run? She ran for Congress, right?
Congress, yeah.
Yeah, in Georgia. And she is a Republican. She is a mother. She is an activist. She's a lot of things. And we're going to have a conversation with her coming up shortly. But we want to touch on what's going on right now because I can't get away from politics. Hired me for politics. We want to talk about what's happening with Putin and where are he trying to invade?
Russia and Ukraine.
Ukraine, girl, my mind just went blank. I ain't even had no fun or nothing. I ain't had nothing, y'all. I'm thinking about my car. My car. I have no car. That's why I wanted. That's what's on my head because my car was wrecked.
Child, woo, focus. Go ahead.
Right. Yes, about the Putin surrounding Ukraine to look like they're going to do an attack. Well, it looks like that. We don't know what the setup is, and Joe Biden keep throwing out all of these threats. Joe Biden, stop throwing out threats to other countries when we're still waiting for you to pass some bills for black folks right here. I said it.
But I mean, I'm going to shift a little bit. Did you also see what Joe Biden said yesterday or over the weekend?
I haven't been able to watch Joe Biden since I've been watching the Emmett Till story.
He is not I need to watch that too. He is not in favor of giving the WHO any more money because he doesn't feel as though they handled the pandemic properly. So, and I actually agree with him on that.
Me too.
So
he's still in my shit house right now, but me
he's
too.
in everybody's shit house. Did you see his stats with the black demo?
What is it, 60%?
It's like 65%. It started at 83 when he ran.
I don't regret who I voted for, but
Me
damn it, if I can get you in a corner, I'm gonna play the black card. You see that skin? That's black, boo. It's just pretty light skin, but it's black. Woo! So we're not gonna sit and embark on politics because it's draining me, and we will have to do politics at least 10, 15 minutes every show, ladies and gentlemen. We appreciate you.
Structure, though.
Yeah, we do have a structure. And we will be on StreamYard starting next week because we're getting rid of the troll. So catch us on StreamYard. We'll give you all the information before we have a call-in phone number and everything.
I told you professional.
Lauren,
it's giving very professional.
Lauren be beating me, y'all. I ain't gonna even tell y'all because I ain't gonna do
need
nothing.
to be beaten sometimes.
She beats me, ladies and gentlemen. I'm
sometimes.
sorry. She beats me.
Y'all know Flame is stubborn as hell. That's the only thing she understands. So.
Do y'all believe? Y'all know I'm the nicest and the sweetest. Let me take my glasses off so I can see y'all.
Ooh, look at Flame's nose just growing. Look at it. Look at it. It's just growing.
Security, I'm being attacked by the black bitch. So, speaking of educated black women, we're going to bring her on. Is our guest here?
Let's see.
Because you know I can't see. Oh, let me put my real glasses on because y'all know I can't see.
Please do. We going to see. Let's see who we going to add in. She's under the Ask show, right?
Yes. I'm excited for this interview. Let me tell y'all, I'm very excited. I've watched Angela do many interviews, and I'm excited for this conversation. I am.
Well, I think what's good about Laugh and Learn, we always say that this is a space to share information. And I think that we never want to exclude anybody from sharing their perspective, whether we agree with it or not. We don't agree with each other all the time either. But that's what actually makes this an information.
We argued about money yesterday.
Surely did. But that's what
I lost that fight too. Shit.
That's what makes this an information sharing platform, though. It's like you can't all be on the same page because then how do you learn anything?
Well, and that's what growth. That's what growth is. Growth is listening, coming to the table with your hands flat on the table, having a conversation with somebody who may not necessarily agree with how you speak or how you think, but you all have come to a common ground to have a grown conversation. That's the problem. A lot of people don't have grown conversations.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's what's important too.
Hello, Jan. Oh, okay. Well, when she's ready, she'll come.
So, I mean, in the meantime, it seems like we got a little bit of time to kill. So, do we want to talk to some of the Flamettes and hear about New Year's resolutions?
I don't want to hear New Year's resolutions because ain't nobody stick to none no way. We 23 days in, ain't nobody stuck to shit.
I tried to engage y'all. Flame said no.
I'll bring y'all on, but ain't nobody stuck to their damn resolutions.
Well, how do you know that?
Because I didn't. So if I did, nobody did. That's just how it is.
You were one person.
I am three people, he, she, and we. That is three people. He cash the check, she make the money, we spend it. That's three people, ladies and gentlemen.
It is. That is very true.
Hello, Flamettes.
Can we send a text?
Yeah. Do I have a phone on? Because I think I turned my phone off. Let me see. I want to thank our executive producer one more, and again, Miss Tiffany Haddish, for coming through for year 2. We appreciate you, Tiff.
Absolutely. And more importantly, just sending her positive and, healing energy.
Oh, Tiff is going to be on the Tonight Show tonight.
Oh, great.
So we're going to be looking forward to seeing that.
You got to support. Always, always support.
So give us a Black History moment, Lauren, while we're waiting.
Oh, now you're going to put me on the spotlight.
Oh, yeah. Well, you're the one who's college educated from Spelman. She loves to throw that in my face. From Spelman College. So
I really don't. Flame does it. It's not me. It's not me at all.
I never went to Spelman. Spelman is for don't say it, Flame. Spelman is for girls.
You gonna start some controversy today, child. 'Cause you know things have been.
Well, it is an all-female school, isn't it?
Well, there's been discussion. I think that we actually have our first maybe 2 transgender.
Yeah, I heard that it's opened up for trans, and the other one, the boys' school opened up for trans women too, right?
Morehouse, yes, yes.
Trans men.
Well, I'm gonna be honest. There were always, men over there dressing with wigs and walking around campus with heels and bags on. So I'm glad they made it official
At the boys' college.
at Morehouse. Yeah, always was.
Let me go back to college. I can wear dresses and heels and don't be in no trouble. Let me go back to college.
Is tuition at Spelman high? Yes, it is. And Spelman is spelled with 1 L, not 2. Yes, it is. It was high when I was there. I didn't know it's even worse now.
Y'all see how detailed she get about her college? Y'all see how she do?
Don't play now.
She's about to fight you over her college because you spelled the name wrong, baby.
Spell it correctly.
I'm telling y'all, don't do nothing with her college. What else were we talking about, ladies and gentlemen?
You said a Black History moment. I mean, you put me on blast. What's yours?
Huh?
Huh?
My Black History moment? Mm-hmm. If I have to talk about anybody Black history that's important to me right now, and y'all already know his name, I'm going to talk about James Baldwin because James Baldwin was me without titties. James Baldwin stood his ground, said what he had to say, spoke up for us and our people, and when America didn't give him what he needed, he packed his bags and left. The way they're setting up 2024 elections with all these voting laws that they're changing.
Well, if we're going to talk about favorite people, that's
I'm getting
different.
my boxes right now. I'm just letting you know.
That's different.
Well, who's your favorite person?
My favorite person, I would say a part of Black history would be Zora Neale Hurston.
See, well, now you got to tell me who that is.
You don't know who Zora Neale Hurston is?
Not till you tell me.
Zora Neale Hurston is an infamous writer. And the funny thing is, Halle Berry actually played her in an adaptation of one of her books, and she did, pretty well. But she was an infamous writer. She hung out with Langston Hughes and, all of the greats during that, Harlem Renaissance era. So
Langston Hughes, all the gays.
Why everybody got to be gay?
Well, they were.
Well, you don't know that.
Well, I didn't sleep with them, but.
I said, you want to tell us something?
I wasn't even around then.
You got some tea?
I ain't got no tea.
Oh, okay.
I ain't got no tea.
But no, so she's actually one of my favorite writers.
Their eyes were watching God. Oh, that's
yes.
Okay.
Their
that's
eyes
the
were
movie.
Watching God. That was the movie that Halle Berry did the adaptation, and actually, what's his name? Michael Ealy was in it too.
Oh, my God, Michael Ealy. Ass.
It was a great adaptation of the book, and it kind of, how sometimes you read a book and then the movie isn't as good. I would have to say it was equally good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but look up Zora Neale Hurston, y'all, if y'all don't know who she is.
Well, see, I didn't know who she was.
A key woman in Black history, for sure, especially around being one of the influential writers.
I was trying not to show y'all no cleavage today. I was really trying to be ladylike because, I'm getting ready for Wendy, so I'm trying to be very daytime lady.
Mm-hmm. You see, that nose is growing again, y'all.
Oh!
Shoot. When is Flame ever not trying to show cleavage?
I am not showing no boobs.
Mm-hmm.
I told her I guess about 120, so I guess she'll be coming on soon.
Can we send a text?
I don't have the number. I don't think I got her. I got her inbox.
Well, inbox it. Inbox her and just see.
Miss Paging Angela Renee. That's her name, Angela Renee Stanton. I was looking at some old interviews of hers just to check her out and see. I think she's pretty sharp on some things. Some things I don't agree with, but people don't agree with me on nothing. But that I'm sexy. Don't be mad. Y'all don't be mad.
No, but I agree. I think that it's always good. Like I said, we're going to have an interesting show. So, back to Bob Saget before we get off to another point. Bob Saget died doing what he loved. That's why I appreciated about that, because so did Bang, 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 John Witherspoon. They were both in their 60s, still doing stand-up. And Bob Saget had just came off stage from doing a 2-hour set and died in his hotel room. So, yes, death is tragic or death is sad, but he was still doing what he would love to do. That was the beauty in it to me. Sometimes you can see things and see it one way, and then sometimes you can look at things and see it another way. Excuse me. And his wife was devastated because she said he was the epitome of health. Excuse me. She was a young blonde woman too. Well, I think that's
she kept him young.
Well, I think that's the sad thing, is that you can be in the best of your health and then something tragic just hits you that you had no idea about,
Yeah. Plus,
So,
when God ring that bell and that number is called,
yeah.
ain't no, can I get 5 more minutes? I need to cuss her out before I leave, or I need to check some. You got to go right now. When I die, when I'm laying in the casket, if y'all standing over me saying anything negative, me and God got a a relationship. I'm gonna say, dude, I need 2 minutes. I'm gonna cuss this. He gonna like, okay, come right back.
I don't think he's gonna let you come back to do that. I don't think so.
We got, we cool. We friends.
I know y'all got a special relationship.
We do have a very special relationship. He loves me and all the different elements of me. And since we haven't got Angela on, because we're definitely going to touch on the topic of transgenderism, because Angela is she has a daughter that is transgendered, and there were a lot of issues with that. So we're definitely going to talk about that. But let's talk about the positivity of the transgenders right now, because let me tell y'all right now that Amy Snyder is today number 39 from Jeopardy, trans woman, killing it. Killing it, which means that if she has been on there 39 days in a row, what is 39 times 2? 78?
Yes, I was gonna wait to see if he was gonna do that.
She has beaten 78 other contestants because there's 3 a day.
Okay, I see how you're saying that.
She is killing the game, and she's about to make history. The respectful part to me, coming from a trans person, is that ABC, a parent company of Disney, who is super Christian and woo woo woo, that she female, her, the longest running woman in history to win. They give her so much respect, and they never make her being a trans woman an issue. It never comes up. It's never, when she talks about her mother. She has spoken about her sister, her girlfriend. She even speaks about all the odd jobs that she has, but she never leads with she's a trans woman.
Why do you think that's so important to you, though? Is that,
because
you even say that too. You're like, I don't want you to hire me for something just because I'm trans.
Because then you put me in a little bitty box and pigeonhole me to say, this is what I am and this is what I can do. No, this is what I am and this is who I live my life as. And that's why I need people to see that. I'm an entertainer. I'm a comedian. I'm a host. I'm this and that. But I'm transgender. But if I keep leading with transgender, sometimes that's all that they hear. And they don't hear that I'm a scientist or I'm a neurologist because all I've heard was I'm transgender. So I love the fact that she pushes and they encouraging that. And I'm telling you, we would be so much further along moving the needle if we looked at the positivity of it all. Look at MJ Rodriguez, just made history as the first trans woman to be nominated to win a Golden Globe Award. Yeah, she won the Golden Globe Award for Best Actress. So we moving forward, and we've talked about this publicly a few times. So I don't know which fight you're in. I'm not in the back fight. I don't want to sit on the back of the bus. I'm Rosa Parks right now. The reason I didn't get up because I was tired. I'm not getting up. To hell with you. You need to sit down. Sit your ass on the floor. That's what Rosa should have said. You tired? Sit your ass on the floor.
No, but I think that's a good point to make, though. And I think the theme probably of everything, from everything corporate to grassroots, is definitely diversity and inclusion.
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
And I love the fact that me and maybe a couple of other podcasters, trans women, are pushing Amy Snyder and pushing MJ Rodriguez because it's positive. Now, a lot of the people who have jumped on trans people who don't speak the language that they want them to speak or how they want them to speak, when it's negative, you'll hear from 100 trans people or 100 people blasting. She's doing something positive. You hardly hear anything. It's very quiet.
Who do you think are going to be like the trailblazers in the trans community of this era? Like we know the Marsha P. Johnsons and the Sylvia Riveras, but who do you think of this modern day millennium is going to be considered pioneers in the transgender movement?
I think MJ Rodriguez will be a pioneer. And I hate that they didn't have the Golden Globe Awards, because I bet you that she was going to give a prolific speech and a speech about acceptance and understanding and just motivating young trans and young LGBT people to move forward, follow your dream, because she has made it regular. That's what she did. She made it regular. Now it's regular to be an actress, and even though you're different, but you're regular. And I know I was like, well, what's irregular? This is the America that we live in, and it's regular. And we have lived with so many lies and been so comfortable accepting so many lies that now when you hear the truth, you don't want to hear the truth. So you would rather alienate people, i.e. the cancel culture. You're so used to hearing lies and bullshit that now when you hear the truth, I don't want to hear the truth. Just get away from me. Just disappear so I'll never have to hear the real truth. Yeah, that's what the cancel culture was created for, because y'all don't want to hear the real truth. So you need to get off my page, because this is the truth.
I don't think we have any trolls as of yet, so let's count our blessings and not threaten them.
I ain't got
'Cause
no damn
we're
troll.
doing good. We're
I ain't
doing
got.
good.
Where's my girl, Mrs. Angela Stanton King? Is she here yet?
I'm trying to see if we can grab
She
her.
getting her makeup put on. She putting on her hair.
I'm trying to see if she's here.
She's putting on her. I put on mine too, Angela. But as soon as this show over, girl, that'll be the first thing come on.
But you actually combed your hair, though. I was so proud of you.
I don't have no hair.
Right now, you don't, because you combed it. You got a little cut. You said season 2. Let me be, just fresh and clean all over.
That's today. Now we
All
only
over.
this only the first day. Don't worry.
I know,
Next week, y'all
shoot.
know what it is.
Maybe if I keep telling people, it'll incentivize you to keep doing it.
You tell them I took a bath. That's what you tell them. Ooh, that flame took a bath. She's coming, y'all. Eventually, she'll get to us. So she'll get to us. Okay, so Lauren, so Lauren always calls me an anomaly because she says I'm not like other gay and trans people.
Don't say what I actually say.
No, I ain't gonna say that. I'm not like all the other gay and trans people. And I said, well, I am. I don't know. I see the world, the whole world. That's what I should say. I see the whole world.
Well, I think that your level of sensitivity is also like, slim to none. So.
You know what I want to be when I leave this earth? You know what I want people to say? But they're going to say horrible shit about me anyway. But you know what I want people to say? Flame was this, Flame was that, but Flame was fair. Because I'm fair. I want to treat people fairly. Mm-hmm. And that's it. Because that's one thing that we don't do. We don't treat people fairly.
Okay.
Okay.
So Angela needs 10 minutes, y'all. Okay.
Okay, we got you, baby.
We got it. No worries.
Girl, put on your good hair.
But yeah, I do say that you are an anomaly. Sorry, y'all. Don't mind the noise. I say that you're an anomaly, but like I said, I think, your level of sensitivity just isn't as high as others. And I don't know if it's because of maybe what you've been through or maybe, or what it is. Why do you think that you're,
Well, let the other people say it because I'm from a different era.
Okay.
And we thought differently. We took things in differently. We accepted things differently, and maybe that's part of it. Mm-hmm. But
I could see that though, because if you think about classics like Dracula, and and the Rocky Horror Picture Show, there were offensive terms nowadays that were utilized in those classic films.
Well, hell, if you're gonna do that, we're gonna say the Jeffersons, Good Times, Ma. They used the nigger word, and nobody seemed to be as offended as people are now. Crybaby, crying over every damn thing.
Or cancel culture, like you said.
Well, that's because they don't want to deal with the truth. Mm-hmm. Didn't you hear Jack Nicholson say in the movie, "You can't handle the truth"?
Well, I love A Few Good Men.
Oh my God, I like A Few Good Men right about now too. Oh, you talking about the movie?
Yeah, I knew she was gonna go into that trap.
She opened that up, y'all. I had to slide.
Always bait you for sure. So, but I think that's a good point to make though, but I think at the same time too, you also get a lot of backlash though for that.
Yeah.
From being from a different era, it's like people penalize you.
Well, here's the thing. Y'all know I don't give a damn what you think.
Right.
And there it is right there. And if more people focus on the man in the mirror, as Michael Jackson said, or the woman in the mirror, or however you identify, whatever you see in the mirror, if you focus on that, you don't have time to focus on something else. Because I don't know what y'all see when y'all look in the mirror. Some of y'all see elephants and donkeys and all that. You know what I see when I look in the mirror?
And I think this is a good setup too.
Dirty, sexy money.
Oh, but I think this is a good setup too for what we're going to be talking about today in terms of lending different perspectives, especially around this issue, because you are a part of the trans community, but you've chosen, and you said this many times, you're not a spokesperson for the trans community. I work with a lot of people from the LGBTQIA+ community on a regular basis.
You do.
Because of the organization that I work for. So, and I'm not a parent. I want to start by saying that too. So when Angela does come on, there's some things that I may speak to but don't have experience behind, and I acknowledge that. So I know I need to.
I appreciate you saying that, Lauren. Thank you.
Yeah, and
too many people who are not parents need to do exactly what you just said. They need to listen more, because you cannot tell a parent how to raise their children.
Yeah, we all have 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason, which means we need to listen more. But just because of that fact, I don't think that it means that I can't still lend a different perspective.
That's true.
But it's still important to respect the opinion of a parent. Because like I said, I'm not one. I don't know what that's like. I have a dog. I am a dog mom. and I call Sky my child, but that's not the same thing.
And before we bring Angela on, and when the fact that Lauren said that to you guys, I appreciate that. That's great, because too many people speak out of turn about other people's children. And even when I was having issues with my oldest teenage daughter, Lauren would be like, do this, do that. I'm like, it's my
We
daughter.
didn't agree.
No, we did not.
But I also acknowledge too that my mama was a little crazier than you are.
Yeah.
And even my dad too. Because you're like, I'm a dad. You're like, I'm not a mom. And I'm like, I get that.
To a daughter.
Right, to a daughter. But I still had two thug-ass parents.
Yeah.
So there was a lot of shit
Miss
I
Marsha
was afraid
not.
to
Miss
do.
Marsha was not thug. Miss Marsha was classy.
My mama was born and raised. My mom was born in the Bronx and raised in Brooklyn. Y'all make your own assessment, okay? She was a thug, and my daddy was born and raised in Compton.
She loved Flame Monroe. That's the only thing that was important. She loved her some Flame Monroe back. She was a fan long before she even met me.
Mm-hmm. So, but like I said, this is all a good setup. We're gonna lend different perspectives today. We're gonna listen.
Oh, we definitely going to talk to Miss Angela about. We're going to talk to her about her politics too, because I'm gonna tell her when she comes on. I ain't gonna say it now. The mere fact that she at least votes. Shit, y'all want to holler what party you on? You know how many party of us that scream we Democrat and don't even vote? So you ain't in no party. You just talking shit.
Mm-hmm. Well, that also reminds me too of how the John Lewis voting rights bill failed.
Still hasn't been passed, but
it failed. It failed in the Senate.
Mm-hmm.
So
I need Joe Biden to put an executive order.
He needs to do something. I don't know if it's getting rid of the filibuster or what it is, but something needs to happen because people are getting sick and tired.
I tell you what.
But as sick and tired as I may be, I'm still going to vote next year. Well, actually, this year, because, we have a mayoral election. We're going to have to vote in June for a new mayor.
Well, I live in Long Beach. I have a different mayor.
See, that's what happens when you live in the remote area.
Don't even ask me who our mayor is, because I don't know. See, I'm bad at that too. I need to do what Allison says. I need to vote more locally. Hello, Teresa Griffin.
Well, I'm gonna vote for my mayor, child.
Hey, Teresa.
I think we need to give Angela a couple more minutes
before
she's here. So I just want to say I'm happy to be back in studio. I was gone with the bubonic plague, so it actually feels so good to be back here.
I want to tell you thank you publicly in front of everyone for whooping Corona's ass, because she had you and she had me, but she don't have us no more. We won.
Yeah.
The choice is you have to fight coronavirus. It is treatable and beatable, and I ain't going on no whatever shot you got. That's up to you guys. That's your decision, whatever you want to do. What I'm saying is that if you catch corona, it's treatable and beatable. But you can't get in your mind that, I got corona, I'm going to die. Because if you tell yourself that, then guess what? You got to fight it. You got to move. Yeah. I told Lauren, you got to keep moving. Ain't no laying down. Get up and clean up that damn bathroom. Wipe down the toilet. And I know you were good, but just to keep you moving, not to lay down, because it makes you lay down. It wants you to just lay down so it can consume you.
But I feel like my body was also telling me that you need to take a second. Because the fact that I don't go anywhere and the fact that I still caught it, I thought was like a sign from the universe trying to tell me to sit my ass down.
No, your body was telling you that you're not Jamaican and you don't need no 17 damn jobs. If we're going to talk about it.
Honey, I like money. So I like money. So we gotta have multiple streams of income.
Hold on. Timmy, how you get outside?
Timmy's probably snuck outside, y'all.
Now I got the flat hair. Y'all see how I made my hair small that quick with the headphones? Now I got the big head. Look, hold on. My God, we gonna have a show today, y'all. Jesus, take the wheel.
Miss Angela, let us know if you were ready to come in. I know you needed some time.
I am wearing my Liquid Burns pumpkin orange lipstick. I think I'm gonna wear this.
You love that damn lipstick.
I'm gonna wear this lipstick on Wendy Williams on tomorrow.
All I wear is lip conditioner by MAC. That's what I wear. That's my color.
Why I got to be by MAC? Why I can't be by Flame?
Because you ain't got no lipstick line.
Well, let's make a work on that. You're my manager. Let's work on that.
You see how she tries to give me things to do in the middle of the day? Just giving me things to do.
Lauren, I want to talk. It was a subject that we were going to talk about, and I said I wanted to do it because it was too heavy. What? But they found a 16-year-old girl here in California off the freeway. Did you see that?
I did not.
Yeah. I don't know what the deal is, but they've been finding a lot of missing young women of color. They just found another woman who was going on a date through a dating app, 25-year-old woman, and I want to say it was Boston. Was it Boston? And they tracked the house. They found her body close to the guy whose house she was going to meet, who's a white guy. We were talking about that this morning on coffee time. Although I don't personally know if that was the guy who murdered her, because they'll start off and say one thing, but that's never the person who did the crime. Because I watched too much Law and Order SVU. But it's going to be interesting to see that so many women of color are coming up missing, and not just trans women, the biological women. They say they're stealing our body parts and selling them. I don't know. You come steal my body part thinking you're going to get a fallopian tube. You cut me open. It ain't going to be no fallopian tube. It's going to be a pipe, but it damn sure won't be a fallopian tube.
Child, I'm just happy that people of color, especially women, are starting to get some media recognition about the tragedies that are happening. Well, hello there.
Hey, how are you guys doing?
Good, how are you?
Hi, Miss Angela.
Hey, I just woke up from one of those death naps. Have you ever just been passed out, and when you wake up, you just glad that you woke up? When I tell y'all, I just been worn out for the past 2-3 days. I fell asleep. I woke up. I saw the inbox. I was like, oh my God, because I try to keep my word. But thank you guys for waiting so patiently. But I'm back, and I needed to go throw an eyelash because I had a little bit of boogers in my nose. So I wanted to get back together.
See, you're a regular girl like me. I have boogers all the time. Angela, let me start out by saying welcome. Because we've been speaking through inbox, but right. I'm Flame Monroe, and this is my partner Lauren Hogan. We've been watching you. So when you reached out to say, I'd like to say, I'm like, okay, because I've watched a bunch of your interviews, and there were some things that you said that I definitely did not agree with, but there are some things that you said that I have got my ass handed to me because I have agreed with what you said. So before we get started, I know the whole trans thing, we gonna get to that. But I'm so different from other trans, and I love the message that you sent me the other morning when you saw me with the kids and woo woo woo, and said that made me think that, you know what? Maybe me and Angela gonna have a really good conversation. I thought that was great. I thought that was a great message, and I'm not gonna read the message to them. If you want to, you can, because those were your words. But I thought it was dope, and I appreciate that. Thank you.
And I think one thing too that we wanted to establish as well is that Laugh and Learn, the sole intent and purpose behind it is to have varying perspectives, so that way we can learn. If we don't listen to each other, if we don't have differences of opinions, we can't learn. We wouldn't, move forward in any way if we all had the same, viewpoint. So we already told everybody we're gonna remain respectful today, and we're gonna allow each other to share information, because that's what this is for.
I don't know why we can't have a conversation like say to laugh and learn, because part of the message that I shared with Flame was, after learning that Flame, was raising children and, loved it. And I don't, when I say I might refer to him or something, like, y'all guys have to forgive me and know that I'm not funny. Sometimes we don't know what to say, you know what I'm saying? But in the message I was saying, you give me so much hope for the future. Yeah. Because my son Jay, as you all know, who is a part of transition, also told me he wants to be a father. And I was sitting here trying to figure it out, because I'm like, well, how am I going to explain this? Or what am I going to say to my grandchildren? Are they going to be confused? And I was looking at you and I was like, wow, I could learn a lot from you, Flame. And you give me a lot of hope to look forward to for the future, because I just don't know how it's going to go or where it's going to go. And I think that this is a conversation that's much needed for between a mother, right, who has a child that's a part of that community, and you who were a child and grew up. I think that we can help each other both understand each other's viewpoints. Yeah.
That is very true, Angela. And you know what? Your daughter, JB's, I just want to say that after watching the interviews, and I love the fact that so many transgender women, like myself and JB's, how she is identified as a transgender woman, that want to be parents and will be good parents if people will allow them just to be a parent. Being a parent is love. You've been a parent a long time, longer than me. You got 4 kids. So you know that.
No, you're fine.
Oh, I thought you. So you know that there's going to be different personalities. You may have something planned for your child that you see in their future, but they don't. And somebody had to bring me in to say, you know what? Your child is only an extension of you. They are not you. They are only an extension of you. And what you want for them and what they want for themselves is 2 very different things. I appreciate the fact that you at least acknowledge that your child wanted to be. And when you sent that message the other day, I was like, you know what? I think Angela gets it now. So I'm going to start off and ask you one question that everybody is dying to know. Who is Angela Stanton? I'm sorry. Who is Angela Renee Stanton King?
No, not. Hey, you know research. You've been in some paperwork or something.
Oh, you already know. I had to call somebody to get some information.
I mean, in all honesty, I think I'm a regular person. I know I've had a lot of, celebrity and hype surrounded around my name, but I'm just a regular girl that, grew up just probably like the most of us, in a big family, and it was every man for himself, and you had to figure out how you was going to make it in this old world and survive. And, as far as all of the stereotypes that we fall into, the single mother and the not being educated and being on welfare, I lived all that. I had my children, even though I was told many times, that I should abort. I was someone that believed that my children deserved to live, and I struggled, with making my decisions not to abort and to keep my children. And, I made some decisions and went to prison and got out of prison, got my babies, and I've been fighting for me and fighting for them and fighting against this wicked system. But to get us to the part of the conversation we're going outside of, my accomplishments of rebuilding my life, starting my own publishing company, being a national best-selling author, running for office, starting a nonprofit, getting laws changed with the president that everybody loves to hate, and being hated for changing laws. At the end of the day, I'm a mother that loves her children. And when it comes to my son, because I still refer to him as my son, and he and I have had a conversation, and he and I have an understanding, and as long as he and I have an understanding, then I think that that's okay. Because one of the things that was surprising to me is that my son never asked me to refer to him or call him a woman. It was always everybody else and all of these social affirmations that everyone else needed. Mm-hmm. But, raising Jay, I knew that there was a feminine personality, and I knew that, he would be feminine. That is no secret. But after his father was murdered, and for him to tell me 3 days on the death of his father that he wanted to transition, that's when I began to have an issue. And I'll tell you guys why. Because I honestly believe that there is a difference between being gay and being transgender. I know plenty of gay men, right? They're gay, they like men, but they have not transitioned. And my issue when it came to my child as a mother with the transitioning was that I didn't want him to castrate or amputate, right? I like, if you want to dress like a woman, you want to wear, and you beautiful when you do it, baby.
She is beautiful. She is beautiful.
You want to do that, do that. But mama is saying, please, wait a minute. You're too young. You are only 19 years old. You have not lived long enough. Don't cut it off. And I still stand by that. And I think that's what the problem is.
Well, first of all, Angela, that's why I got my ass handed to me, because I agree with you what you said about Section 8 and welfare. I think that it is a temporary crutch, and you need to pull yourself up. You need to, I'm on this right because I was a single parent. I am still a single parent. I was in prison before I had my kids, though. I also was on welfare and I was on Section 8. But I always had in my head, I'm only doing this until a break comes, until I can get a break. So I understand what you're saying on that aspect. As far as your daughter goes, and I don't want to be disrespectful and keep calling your daughter, JB's your daughter, and I know you refer to her as your son, but that's you all's relationship. Publicly, she has said that she likes to be referred to as she. But you calling me he or she, see, Angela, that's why I'm different. It does not bother me at all. I am so comfortable with who I am. So if you make a slip of the tongue and say he or she, you don't even got to address that again, because I'm cool. My pronoun is he, she, we, because the gays kick me out. So I'm he, she, we. He cash your check, she make the money, we spend it. Same bitch said it, same nigga is it. Hey. But what I want you to understand where you lose me at with because being gay and being transgender is different. But because you're transgender does not mean that you want to have sexual reassignment surgery. I identify as transgender, and I've never taken off anything. I've added on.
And that's where we're confused at, because many of us don't know, right? Because they say, okay, transgender women are women, or they say we swapped out. That's where the confusion comes in at. And I think that that's where a lot of us are not really able to meet eye to eye, because how do we even know it? We just don't know. You know what I'm saying? And in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, in order to be transgender, you have to transition. Yeah. And I've heard my son talk about, you know, the hormone pills and going through with the surgery. And that's just something I totally oppose. But it was never that I hated my child. I could never hate something that I birthed, that I carried, that I raised. I love my child unconditionally. You know, at times when he gets disrespectful and, you know, feel like he the woman that I am, you know, I have to let
that
him know.
was my issue with your child, because no matter what you said or how you address it, you are still that child's mother. So when you guys were on Dr. Phil, I wish I was sitting in the audience, because I would have gave your child, JB's, a piece of my mind, because disrespecting your mother. Wait a minute, we floating. Is that me or you? Angela, we lose Angela. Is that us? It's Kendra, no. Hold on. We wait for Angela to come back. I want to make my point. I don't want to go left. Lauren, you think you got to take her out and bring her back in?
No, hold on. Give it a second.
Oh, okay. I don't know if she can hear me, so I'm going to wait to make my point, y'all. Remind me what my point is, because my man just went somewhere else. No, okay. We got to bring her back in, Lauren.
Okay. Get her. Hold on. There we go.
I like the way you move.
All right.
We're back.
We back. Tell them people I said to stop calling you. You talking to me.
Let me put this. Hold on. Let me turn this off right quick. All right.
Okay. So
go.
The point I was making, Angela, was that because, and the trainee's gonna get mad at me, that's a black son. You do not disrespect your fucking mother. I said what I said, and I meant what I said. And if I had been in the audience, I would have been like, no matter how your mother have made you feel, it's still your mother. If you don't like what she got to say, move around. You think you that grown, move the hell on out. Get away from her. Because me and my mother, Valerie, did not have the greatest relationship either, because I became trans. But I got away from her because I didn't want to be disrespectful to her. And until I gave her time enough to come around and come to grasp on whether do you love me enough as your child, or do you hate what I have become? So which one is most important to you? It took her time to realize that she loved me more as her child than what I had become. That would happen, but forcing and my issue with you and JB's was the publicness of it all. Yeah. That's your child. That's you her mama. And I just needed y'all to privately work that out. All these, and I understand that how social media works and woo, but nobody is there when it's just you and her talking. Just like you just said earlier, y'all have had a conversation. She still wants you to address her as your son. So none of us know that. So I love that you brought that on and that you all had that conversation, because on the outside looking in, we can be as disgruntled and angry as we want to be. That's your kid. That is your decision, because that's your kid.
And that's me and my child trying to find and meet in that middle ground, because what I hope people can take away from this is that transition is not easy. It's probably not easy for the person going through it, and it damn sure ain't easy for the mama, because I felt like I was losing a father and a son at the same time, and that was very, very traumatic for me, the timing of it all. And then I'm like, you know, when I lost my mother when I was in prison, what I know about something when you lose a parent drastically like that is that it'll either make you or break you. And we make certain decisions in the time of us losing someone because we're trying to fill a gap, or we're trying to feel something that we feel is lost. And I was a mama just fighting and pleading for her child, who I know who had not lived long enough yet to make that decision. And I know that my child loves children. And I'm like, okay, once you go there, you know, it ain't no turning back. And I felt so attacked and mistreated by everyone, because I'm like, wait a minute, this is my child.
That's right.
You know, this is my lifeline, my bloodline. And if anybody should have a say, it should be me.
Yeah.
Well,
I think kind of drew me to you, Monroe. The fact that I know all LGBTQ, they don't think the same. Like, one particular person is not a representative for that entire community. And Shauna Brooks, I see Shauna Brooks in the comments. You know, I had friends in the community that I had a long time. But like they say, it's different when it's in your house.
Right.
One thing when we friends and that's you and you live your life, but then when it's your child or it's in your house, then you look at things differently and you begin to handle things differently. And I just have to say that that's the honest to God truth.
Well, I think the good thing about this, though, it seems like what we originally saw happen, like on Dr. Phil, however many months ago, to where you guys are all now, I think that a lot of internal conversation has happened, because I wholeheartedly agree with you. I'm a straight black woman, right? But, I work with Flame, I manage Flame. There's so many things that have changed, even from having conversations with Flame, and she's, an integral part of the trans community. There's differences, you know what I mean? And I think she's buffering again, but I'll say this when she gets back here. But I think that there are so many differences within your community. We have to constantly learn.
Yeah.
And it shouldn't be, we kind of get penalized for it because we may not be up on what's the most appropriate thing at that time.
Yeah. I agree with that, Lauren.
So
we might have to take her out and bring her back in. Tell them people to stop calling you.
I'm gonna get her back right now.
The issue with and Angela, I'm glad that you're having a conversation with me. I know you hear me, but I'm glad that you're having a conversation with me, because I don't think like most trans women.
Right.
And I see the whole world. And it has become way more important to me when I became a parent to be only the parent. Everything else was secondary. So I'm an entertainer. I'm a dad. I'm an entertainer. Then I'm trans. You know what I mean? And that's not saying that I'm pushing my trans at the bottom, but I know what's most important in my life.
So, and let me say this, and I can respect that. I can respect honesty. I can respect Flame Monroe coming out on the stage and with me and saying, look, I'm a dad. I dress like a woman. Yes, I'm trans. Like, I can understand your point of view, where you're coming from, and I can understand when there is a mutual respect. But to tell a mother, not you all, but others, that she has to call her son a girl, or she has to call her son a woman, that's where I'm lost at, right? Like, let us all respect each other, because in one mouth is like, okay, we want to respect you as a woman because we see as you present as a woman, and then you'll say, I'm a dad, I'm a father, and then the minute somebody say, okay, well, wait a minute, we're all confused, and I don't think anybody really means any harm, but I think that we should all respect each other's opinion and choice, right?
Yes.
How they want to live. So what I do about my child, I can respect my child's choice to live his life how he wants to live. I can absolutely do that. Because guess what? Jay don't call his mama asking for no money. If anything, Jay calling to give his mama some money. He's not he's not a liability to me, right? I can respect his decision, but he also has to respect that I'm his mama. And he knows.
Say that again. Please say that one more time, Miss Angela. Please say that one more time.
He has to respect that I'm his mama.
That's right.
And knows that his mama loves him and has never told him anything wrong. And just as a parent, now talking to your co-host, like you said, you're a straight woman. We have children. Even you, Monroe, you have children. The only way we live on is through our children.
Yeah.
Flame, you're going to live on through your children when they grow up one day. So I don't think that, it's wrong for me to want to protect, my bloodline, lifeline, or
well, but wait a minute, Ms. Angela. I want to cut you off on that, because it's not that you're not protecting because she chose to live as a transgender woman. See, and it's not when I say it's not a choice, hear me when I tell you, Ms. Angela, that as a transgender person, I'm way more masculine on some aspects than I am in feminine, but I identify as a female when I'm working and when I'm in comfortable spaces because that's how I was before I had my children. And I lived as a woman, but because I had children, I stopped living as a woman in the daytime, and I just dress up for work because that is my livelihood. And I still love looking beautiful. It's a part of me. It's in my DNA. So it is in JB's DNA to feel how she feels. The disrespect comes somewhere else. That's my issue with JB's. The disrespect of talking to her mama any kind of way, because that's some disrespectful shit, and I don't like it. She is a lovely girl. She's a lovely girl, but you still her mama.
But I think what I'm hearing, though, is that it wasn't so much the protection, I think, Angela, that you wanted to do is because there was such a traumatic event that happened in your lives. You wanted to make sure that this wasn't just a knee-jerk reaction.
Yeah.
Like for instance, before you came on, like, I just lost my mom in November, and I'm still trying to figure out, how to cope with life. So I think that's more so what you're saying in terms of protecting your child. You didn't want anything, a knee-jerk reaction that could ultimately be detrimental to your kid.
And I know I made decisions at 19 that by the time I turned 5, I was already regretting. And when I turned 30, I really regretted them. And by the time I turned 40, I really regretted them. And
who is that? Whose line is that?
This ain't about you.
I know,
Go
but
ahead,
I'm just
Angela.
saying, I'm telling you, Angela, we got so much, we think alike in a lot of ways, girl, because I tell people that all the time. When you young, you can't get these kids hormone blockers and everything. Yeah. When they get 16 and hit puberty, so my mama had gave me hormone blockers at 9, and I started growing breasts and shrinking my penis, and then I got 16, and I met little Sally Sue, and little Sally Sue turned me out, and I realized I like Sally Sue more than I like Jack. Then I'm all screwed up. So you have to give these kids time to develop and get their mind. And you're right. When you think one way from 13 to 16, you think another way from 19 to 25, you think a whole another way from 30 to 40. You're absolutely right about that. You're absolutely right about that.
Parents, whether I'm a parent like you, Flame, or as a parent like me, or a parent like you, we know our job is to what? Protect our children. And that never goes away, right? Like my babies would be 50, 60, 70 years old. Mama still gonna be somewhere. As soon as Jay call, I'm gonna be the first one pulling up with my 4-5, barely walking, on my doggone cane about my babies. I just think that it's something natural that's in you when it comes to your children, and when you know your child is hurt, and you know that your child has been broken, or something that's tragic. What I had to fight, and I was fighting everybody, and I didn't care who I fought. But I'm glad that Jay finally came around, because I don't think that we're supposed to give up on our kids.
Yeah.
Even when they're at worst.
And I think time allows you to see things more clearly too. You know what I mean? I think that it's great that it seems like you guys are in a better place and you guys can communicate more about it. And there's an understanding, because I wholeheartedly agree. What happened between you guys is really none of our business. You know what I mean? You guys' relationship is what's priority here. So it seems like you guys are definitely in a different place, which, love to see that. So,
and I'm gonna extend the olive branch to you, Angela, because from what I've seen, you are the one who is growing. You are the one who is saying, you know what? I'm accepting who my kid is. I'm accepting, because like you said before, you didn't know. You thought when you become transgender that you automatically go to cut off everything. And that's just not how all transgender women are. What I will ask for you to do, I know you have some personal transgender girlfriends. You might need to find you some that have lived in the whole world that's not in competition with real women, because a lot of these trans girls are in competition with real women. Y'all can be mad at me if y'all want to. Y'all about to be mad at this statement, because here it is. If straight women stop fucking, won't be no more trannies. Let me say that one more time. If straight women stop fucking, won't be no more trannies. Oh, okay. I said what I said.
I actually have some friends. Shauna Brooks is in the comments.
I see her. I'm looking at her comments.
Shout out to Shauna for picking up the phone every time I call, crying, wanting to pull my hair out. Just shout out to Shauna for being that ear, for always trying to help me understand. Shauna, I love you. I don't care what nobody say about you. You call my phone for anything. Thank you for being there for me, not hating me, not turning your back on me. When I did not understand. But as a mama, you will fight anybody about your children. I don't give a damn. Jesus, we'd have been.
A lot of the platforms too, Angela, that you went on, they brought you on to fight. And this was never going to be that. This was always, when I expressed to the people that you were coming, it was always going to be a conversation. This is how we come to the table and have a mutual agreement. You put your hands on the table flat, I'm going to put my hands on the table flat. Now, we're going to come on an agreement on this one, because when we get to the politics, we ain't going to agree at all.
On the politics, I'm more focused on finding out the things that we do agree on, and let's work to fix that.
Oh, I was just joking, Angela. It's laugh and learn, girl. Knock it off. Knock it off, Miss Angela.
And sometimes we can meet in the middle, right? Sometimes, and where I'm at with the political thing is, I don't like what I'm seeing happening with these children. And I'm learning that it's a lot of people in the LGBTQ community that agree with me. Now, that's somewhere we can meet in the middle. We can say, hey, we're not trying to take away nobody's rights, but we can all agree that these children are too young to be this advanced when it comes to these sexual.
Well, we can't blame LGBT on that. You know who we have to blame on that? People who created the internet and social. You can pick up your phone and watch screwing all day long, baby. We didn't have that when we were young, and it's a different time, Angela. I don't know how old you are. I'm past 50, but it's a different time.
How we defeat that is people like me and you and Shauna. We come together, and together we say, leave our children alone. That way they know, no, it ain't about LGBTQ. It's just about people with good sense that know that children, right, should not be advanced in this type of manner. We can stand together on something. Yeah. Something they ain't gonna stand together on. And then this is what I can say. we all need to respect each other's rights and opinions, right? I have to respect the fact that Jay wants to live his life as a woman, right? I might not like it, but I gotta respect it, right? And Jay has to respect the fact that his mama is a conservative. He may not like it, but he gotta respect it. When we learn to respect and love each other, then we can move forward and advance.
Well, let me ask you a question though about that, because I'm like, this is the first time we're talking. So is your view more so that you feel like people in the LGBTQ community are hypersexualized and that's ultimately their fault? Because at the same time, these kids still do need sexual education. So where do we kind of meet in the middle on that?
So let me be clear, right? When it comes to LGBTQ, each one of those letters represent a sexuality or a sexual preference. Each letter. And so when it comes to children, right, I don't want to look at children as sexuality or a sexual preference. And my issue with stuff that they're in children as young as 3, 4, 5, 6 years old about gender identity and confusion, I think that we need to let them mature first, just like Monroe was saying. We don't need to be giving them hormone blockers. We don't need to be transitioning them. And we sure don't need to open Pandora's box, because my Pandora's box was open at 5 years old. And once by a predator. And once we open Pandora's box and we begin to introduce things like this to children, then they keep digging until they find it. I think that we need to have an age cap when it comes to what we're teaching and how we're teaching and what we're exposing our children to. That's what I believe.
Angela, that one took me there. It's true, but that becomes to good parenting, because who's in charge in your house? What I love about you is that I know who in charge in your house. I know black mothers. I know strong black women. Yep, everybody ain't gonna agree with how you do with what you do, but you're there. You're the parent that's at home. You know, even though we had I say we had a prison stint, because I was supposed to do 3.5 years. They kicked me out in 48 days, girl. I kept inciting riots. It was the body. But here's the thing. You survived that, Angela. You taking care of your kids. You pulled yourself up from all the things that you said that you have done, accomplished after prison. You know how many people get out of prison and go back, or go back to what they were doing as opposed to finding something positive to do. Understand that your children see that, and the children are like sponges. I realize this after having kids. They see the shit that you are doing. If it's a good thing, they're going to follow in your footsteps 9 times out of 10. If it's a bad thing, they're going to follow in your footsteps 9 times out of 10. At least you show your children positivity and strength, because that's what you have shown us, strength, from going to prison and being in trouble and woo, and look at where you are now. You know, everybody knows your name for one reason or another, but everybody knows your name, and they know that you stern and stand on your principle. That is important. I appreciate you for that. I do appreciate you for that. I went to prison for deceptive practice. Let me be nosy. What you go for? What you did?
For embezzlement and conspiracy. But listen, you know we're going to have to say some of the conversation from when you come on my show.
February the 19th, which happens to be your birthday. You're a Pisces. You know we're not going to get along. You already know we're not going to get along. You're a Pisces.
On my birthday, famous. So sit. Yo, look, Jay already jealous. I'm telling Jay talking about, well, I'm coming. I said, Jay, you can't take.
Tell Jay I'm the only queen in the room, baby. Knock it off.
I already want to take over, say Jay live for you. So I'm really excited about that. But I think this can be the beginning of something great. Like, let's bring our communities together and figure out how we can work together. We don't have to be divided. We all got people that are a part of the community that we love, that's in our family.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be about hate. I think that we can create a front where we can show that, you know, the media constantly wants to divide us all. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Whatever. If they can use race, if they can use sexuality, if they can use money, if they can use religion, whatever they can use, let's just start showing unity and figuring out what we can work together on, how we can make a difference. And that's where I'm at all 2020.
Angela, let me ask you too, what do you think has been the biggest takeaway throughout everything that you've gone through with Jay? What would be the biggest takeaway, whether it's a regret or something you've learned? What would you say it is?
The biggest thing with Jay that blew my wig back was when he said he was going to be a woman. I think that, I don't know. I can got to write a book about that. I didn't see that one coming. I knew I was gonna have a gay child or a gay son, but the transition kind of just, when I say blew my wig back, y'all see I don't even wear wigs no more. That shit to a whole nother level. I lock my hair.
This one gonna be off in about 20 minutes. Don't worry, I'm gonna be right with you, girl.
I have absolutely no regrets. I love all of my children, and I'm so honored to be their mom because they are a blessing, even when I don't agree. I love the fact that what Jay gets from me is his strength to not let nobody tell him nothing and live his life. And like I told him, you know, same thing my mama told me, because I didn't do everything my mama agreed with either. And my mama sat me down one day and told me, she said, baby, whatever you do, you just be the best at it. And that's my thing for Jay. I just want my children to be the best they can be, whatever it is that they decide to do. I want my children to be happy. But at the same time, I want my children to also be safe, and I want them to be protected. And that's the mama in me.
I got a question though, Angela, and you sparked something in my mind where why do so many black women, and I can only speak about black women because I don't know white women who have transgender children like that. I don't know the mothers. Why do so many black women get so offended when their gay sons decide that they want to transition into a trans woman? And hear me when I tell you, they will accept the gay man, but it's always a whole nother ball game when they say that they want to transition into a trans woman. What is that?
Let me tell you what it was for me. I went through a lot raising my 3 sons on my own and trying to fight this stereotype of them not having fathers or not having a man in their life. And I didn't have that support, and I didn't have that man in my life either. So it's somehow wanting your sons to grow up right, the man that you envision them to be. I think that when you first have your baby, right, and tell you that you have a boy, then somehow in your mind you always envision that your boy is going to grow up to like you envision daughters are going to grow up to be a woman. And after 19 years of knowing your son to be a boy, whether he's gay or not, or, you know, expecting, you know, having a son to all of a sudden have a daughter, I don't even know if I can explain it yet. Like, I'm still in the process of trying to process it all. I think that first I went through shock, then I was angry because I even paid to go to school to get a psychology degree because I wanted to understand my child. I was just that invested trying to understand what was happening. And after having my knowledge and having my wisdom as a mother, I never wanted to end up in the place where he felt like he never got that full fulfillment. Because there are some and a lot of transgenders that I know personally that have begun that transition and gone through that process. And then in the back of their mind, they're like, you know, wait a minute, I'm really not. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I think you, Flame, it's easier with you because you were already at that reality before you began to make that transition. But we have a lot of our babies who are out here just now getting involved in this movement, and they're believing, hey, I'm really going to be a woman after I do this. And I think that I just didn't want myself somewhere, you know, that could possibly really bring on, you know, suicide or depression. And I'm still going through a lot trying to figure it all out. That's why I was so open to connecting with you and trying to build a relationship with you, because I saw the hits that you took for me. I've been watching you too. I saw what happened, you know, on the Breakfast Club, and I saw how they attacked you for saying, wait a minute, that's his mama. Y'all hold on a minute. So I think that what we need is, I'm not ashamed that this is played out in front of the public eye, because I think this is something that's important and is hitting a lot of our houses. But I think that what we have to do is just continue to grow. I think that this is not something that you figure out overnight.
Yeah.
So it might take another 5-10 years.
It ain't gonna take you that long.
But I'll say this though. I think the whole concept of being transgender now, there's a lot of layers to it. You know, it's not as simple as it was in your era.
Yeah.
So to say that it's going to take some time for you to learn, I think is fair, because it changes every day. You know, I have friends now that said, I may identify as something different every other day. I don't know how I'm feeling that day.
Right.
You know, but we want to remain respectful. But there's a lot of layers to this, and it's going to take some time to learn.
Miss Angela, you already on the yellow brick road on your way to see the wizard. You already on the right road, because you have grown in the last 6 months from
Yeah.
this conversation, from
For
the
real.
conversation that we saw 6 months ago. You already on the road. You already on the way. So that's the plus. And the fact that you said you took a psychology class, it shows. See, no people. None of us knew that. We didn't think that you were invested in learning who your kid was or why your kid was that. Now we know that. That is what people needed to understand from you, because all they saw was back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. This is a conversation that people, like you said. So when I come to Atlanta next month to do your show, bring some trannies on, because that's when we're going to talk about politics. But
I got you.
Flame is always ready to fight. She's
bring the
always ready to
trannies
fight.
on, baby. Tell them I say, come
Always
on with
ready
it.
to fight.
My education and their education is different, because what I'm going to say, and I'm going to say it again, I never learned how to be a woman watching a man. I learned how to be a woman watching a woman. So until you guys give respect to biological women, the women that had you, the women that raised you, the women that you were raised around, understand that you learn how to be a girl from watching her, not from watching your uncle. Y'all can be mad at me if you want to, but you know mother don't care.
Yep. And what's more important though is love. What I learned throughout this all is that love can take us so much farther than hate.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
For sure.
Love. And I just want to tell any parent out there, it really brings tears to my eyes, because that was hard. You know, it's hard. But I think the hardest part came from people trying to make it seem like I love my child because I agree. And I think that was the most heart-wrenching part for it all, because like all I ever known was to fight for my children and take care of them and try to protect them, because I was literally all they had. We were all we had. But I just hope our story can bring more families.
Oh, Angela,
It's
you
going to.
a
It's
lifesaver.
going to.
You right?
It's going
Understand that somebody is on this live right now, going through what you went through, or going to be put in that situation. You have helped somebody today. You have helped some mother understand that it's my kid. I still gotta love my kid. I might not be very comfortable with what they have become, but that's still my baby. That is my seed. I pushed that one out. I carried that. I fed that. That is your kid. You're gonna always have love for that kid. And I thank you for finding the strength to have the understanding, because as a trans person, especially when I was young and gay, the safe space was at home. You needed your mom and dad to make you feel safe. The world is terrible to gay people, especially when I was young. It was fighting and bottles and being put in closets, all kind of stuff that has happened. But to be home with somebody say, I know who you are, you're different, and put their arms around you, that is great. And you found that. You're finding that. That is wonderful, Angela. I appreciate you. And I thank you for being the mother that you are now. Because about 6 months ago, I wanted to come through that Dr. Phil and say, girl, first of all, let me talk to your daughter. Don't you talk to your mama like that in my presence. I will fight. Let me take this wig off.
I'm so glad that you take that approach, because, baby, Mr. Ashley Preston, baby, I was ready to go toe-to-toe. I wanted to box, because, first of all...
That's a big bitch, Angela. Hold on. That's a big girl, baby.
I wouldn't give a damn. You up in the corner, baby. You ever seen a bear trying to protect the cub? I tell the whole studio, Ashley Preston, Dr. Phil, because I'm like, wait a minute, stop attacking me. These are my babies. You know what I'm saying? I felt like a mama, just under attack, and it was a very horrible experience. But Flame, I love you. We can't give them too much more tea.
No.
You're gonna
February the 19th, I will be in Atlanta on the Ask show with Miss Angela Stanton King. Angela, let me tell you before you leave, I just want to tell you thank you.
No, absolutely. And I think this was a conversation that needed to be had. And I feel like this is the first time it's really been a conversation. And I feel like you felt comfortable. And it's unfortunate that you have to kind of keep defending your relationship with your child. But I appreciate you for having the strength to do that and to be transparent, because you don't have to do this. You know what I mean? So
and as a transgender person who has children and who gave my mama hell, because my mama did not want me to, be trans either. She came around. The fact that I'm seeing you get on this path and so soon, because it took my mother years, Angela, years. but you came around because that's your kid, and you love your baby, and everybody giving their opinions. And I would always say, you can't say anything about somebody's kid. That's their kid. They're going to do what they want to do with their kid. But I see you, and I see you, Miss Angela, and I hear you, and I appreciate you, and I thank you for the growth, and I thank you for understanding that in order for me to go further, I'm going to have to listen and learn. We ain't been loud. We ain't been argumentative.
Not at all.
Now, next month when I come there, we talk about Trump, you better put your boxing gloves on, baby.
I'm not bringing you up to talk about
shit.
Trump.
I'm going to bring it up about 5 times. Get ready.
And you already know I'm coming back with every question you got. I got to answer for you. But I want to end with this. If you're part of that community and you have not talked to your parent, there's an issue with your parent, or if you have a child that's in that community, my message to you all is, when it comes to family, we really all we got. In the end, when it's all said and done, all we have is family. All we have is each other. Call your mama, call your daddy, call your son, call your daughter, whoever. Y'all, in 2022, let's learn to love each other. Let's learn to respect each other. And let's learn to move forward. And whatever we do, we're going to protect our children. That's what we're going to do. All of us.
Great message, Miss Angela. Thank you, Angela.
Thank you
ladies
so
and
much.
gentlemen, Flamettes, y'all make some noise for Miss Angela Stanton King here on the Laugh and Learn on our season premiere. Mrs. King, I am looking forward to coming to see you next month. Girl, you got to take me out to eat too, because I like to eat.
I love to eat. So we're going to have fun on that. I'm on my way to see my god babies now, y'all. See y'all next month.
Okay, thank you so much. Have a great day. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all follow Angela Stanton King on the Ask Show, so y'all can follow her. Yeah, I will definitely be in Atlanta next month for her show. We're going to have I'm going straight in on politics. I ain't talking about nothing straight. I'm talking shit on politics. Mm-hmm. That was, Lauren, you are just, girl, you're just a beacon of light. You really are. You're so smart.
I was here to play mediator, and that's why I didn't talk a lot, because this isn't directly related to me. Like I said, I don't have kids.
That is not true.
No, but I'm saying on just the principle of it, I don't have kids.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a part of the transgender community.
But you work with plenty of us.
I definitely do. But this is more so for y'all to explain to folks listening in some vital information.
Did you like the fact that she found the path to say, yes, I'm going to be with my kid? I love that part.
I think that's what's important, though. You know what I mean? It's like you don't get to choose your parents. I know there's stories about you
because I know I ain't choose Miss Valerie.
You don't get to choose your parents. You know what I mean? And also too, you don't get to choose your family. Doesn't mean you got to stay be family with them. But I think the important part is that they're having a conversation, and she's nowhere near in the same place that she was when she did Dr. Phil.
She surely is not.
She's not.
She surely is not.
And as long as we're growing and they're trying to figure it out, and I really wish it seems like they have the opportunity to do it in private, because I think all the media narrative, and all the negativity around it added a lot of salt in the wounds, and it just wasn't good for them. So it seems like they're talking offline and trying to move forward, and I think that's what's important. And she's a lot more progressive in her thinking, it seems like, when it comes to
I told y'all it wasn't what y'all thought. I told y'all it wasn't what y'all thought. And we were not coming on here to argue and be combative. This was a conversation. Yeah. This is what we do at Laugh and Learn. We transfer information. Yeah. But next week, ladies and gentlemen, please download your StreamYard, because we will be on StreamYard next week, where we'll be able to bring in 6 Flamettes. I would like to bring in at least 2 before we leave. I would like to get their opinion on the conversation.
Who do you want to get?
Get Melinda. Because Melinda can relate. Melinda has a son that just came out as gay.
Okay.
Hello, Melinda, darling.
Hey, guys. How are you?
Were you here for the conversation?
I was. That was brilliant. And I am just, it was brilliant. And it gave me so much hope that, she said something that was so important, and that love is at the center of it all, because it's the genesis of everything. Mm-hmm. And when you can get past your own emotional wounds or your psychological, whatever's going on, and go straight into that, you can open up and see things for what they really are. And that's what I see is happening with her. And I loved how, no matter what, she's mama.
Yeah.
And I just love that. And, I just think it sucks that, that we can't just sit down and have a conversation like that, because it was different than I anticipated. She's way different than she was on Dr. Phil. Mm-hmm. And, as a mama of a gay young man who is figuring out how to express himself, that gave me a lot of hope. And thank you so much for having her on. I hope everyone, and there was somebody, I was watching the messages, and when you were mentioning that one person that was listening there, and it went by so fast.
Shauna, her name is Shauna Brooks.
No, it was another person that was responding. Go back and read. It was maybe like 6 or 7 minutes ago, and I'm sorry I didn't catch it all, but they were definitely responding positively to the conversation.
Oh, great.
Yeah, I distinctly saw that. Good show, guys.
Thank you, Melinda, and thank you for coming on, introducing yourself to us the other day. So we knew that you also have a kid that and this is how we learn to deal with our children. Because even though I'm transgender, I got a teenage daughter that's driving me batshit crazy. But listening to other parents talk about raising their daughters, even with Miss Marsha telling me before she got here about my own daughter, it helps. You have to talk to people and be willing, just like Lauren said, be willing to hear what they're saying.
Yeah.
Because we just listen and say, no, that ain't what she doing, and he ain't doing that. And just listen to the entire conversation. You never know what you will get out of it.
Mm-hmm. That is so true. That is so true. Because you know what? We're not all 100% right.
Mm-hmm. Well, wait a minute now, because I'm perfect. No. I'm perfect. Okay. I ain't my lipstick perfect
She's
today.
the worst one. She's the worst one.
That's hilarious.
Thank you, Melinda.
Right.
Thank you for joining us. Thank you so much, sweetheart. We love you. Flame S, chime in.
But I think though that's a good point though, because even listening to her, because you said,
where we at?
That's my bad. But even listening to what she said though, because you said you didn't know that she was getting a degree in psychology to better understand, Jay. But she said that on Dr. Phil. That's what I'm saying. We don't listen. No, but I'm just saying in general, people don't listen and they take out the narrative
during
of
the
what
Dr.
they
Phil
think.
episode, I was so disgruntled with the way they were antagonizing her. Starting with the one that she attacked on here. That one was just pushing the wrong envelope, because you keep forgetting that this is her kid. No matter what you think that this girl's supposed to identify as, that is her kid. You ain't got no say-so on that.
But that's the problem with the media sometimes, and people chiming into topics that have nothing to do with them. You hear what you want to hear, and then you perpetuate this narrative. And what I said to you the other day, that's how rumors get started.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
and
you did.
You don't get the real truth behind it.
Y'all want the real tea? Y'all want the real. What time is it?
Child, it's 2:26. We pretty much at time.
Yeah, we at time, y'all. We have had. I wanted to bring Jan on before I go. I want to bring somebody on just to give their opinion of Miss Angela, because Angela changed somebody's mind today. Bring Pam on.
Oh, there she is.
Angela has changed somebody's opinion about her and their mind, and you saw her cry. That is love to me. That was emotion about her kid, and a lot of people just gonna miss that. Hi, Pammy Pam.
Hey, I'm honored. Hi, my Lauren.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good.
Don't be giving her no extra love. What the hell?
Don't be mad because Pam likes me. Don't be mad.
Don't be mad.
Go ahead, Pam. Thank you. Go ahead,
You can't have all the love, Monroe. But that's for you. Yeah, I mean, I didn't see the Dr. Phil thing, but I'm a mother. Flame's a parent. You gonna go in for your kids now. You just gonna go in. And she was in defense mode. So she reacted thus. And she, like she's saying today, she has a lot to learn, a lot to understand.
And she's willing to. That's the blue. She's willing to.
Yeah, she has an open mind.
And that's it. Yeah. You have to be willing. You have to be open to learn. And when it comes to your kid, your children, you should be open to learn.
Absolutely. Yeah, for sure.
Because they don't come here with a handbook. They don't come here with a handbook. But what they do come here to get, and what we should have, is the love for them, no matter what. Love unconditional.
I love that.
To at least understand what your child is going through.
Yeah, and she's there. Thank you, Pammy Pam. Thank you, my dad. I got your message too. Thank you, Pammy Pam.
Okay, baby.
We tape tomorrow, so Wednesday, y'all. Okay. Wednesday, make sure y'all get your camera set, because Wednesday we will be on the Wendy Williams show with Sherry Shepherd. I'm doing Hot Topics with Sherry Shepherd. I'm excited about that. I got to give me some hair. What hair am I gonna wear? I ain't gonna wear this one.
Some different hair, because you've been wearing that hair a lot.
I just washed this hair last night.
Right, you washed it, but you've worn it a lot. We need a different look.
Oh my God.
Get it together, honey.
I don't like this.
Get it together.
Let me see. Yeah, cover your ears. I don't like this picture. I don't like No, thank you guys so much for joining. Kendall, thank you for coming back.
Yes, well, I mean, I'm glad to be back. Shoot.
Your name ain't Kendall. Your name is Lauren.
Okay, I'm just saying I'm happy. You know what? I'm gonna take back everything nice I said today. Since you want to fight,
I was
at the
getting
end
to
of the
you.
show, it's fine.
Let me get to her, y'all.
No, it's
I
fine.
was going to get to her ass, but right now I'm on thanking my boy Kendall, my cameraman Kendall, and of course I have to thank my lovely partner, very smart, Spelman educated, ski-wee, all that, AKA shit, all that. My partner Lauren Hogan, who keeps the motors running behind the scenes, because I will go be with God and won't do shit. I will. Don't worry, I'm going to be with God this evening. I'm going to be with God this evening. I am. Me and God we can have a conversation, because I ain't gonna be able to do it tomorrow because I got Wendy Williams in the morning. Could you? Oh, I should go be with God and go on Wendy. Shouldn't?
No.
Could y'all imagine me on Wendy with God?
No.
How you doing? How you doing?
That would be disastrous. We're not doing that.
It would be.
You want to be invited back, right?
I do want to be invited back.
All right.
We want to thank you, Flamettes, for joining us today. We appreciate it. We want to really give a special shout out to Mrs. Angela Stanton King from the Ask Show. She came on and was just a delight, just informative and courteous. And she listened, and we learned, and we appreciate you. And I will be on her show next month, so y'all make sure y'all watch it.
We're going to StreamYard. Yeah,
we're going to StreamYard next Monday. So download StreamYard. The phone number, somebody put the phone number here so we can pin it. The new phone number is 562-343-3882. So you can call in.
She's trying to check to make sure it's right. What we'll do is advertise it on Instagram so that way y'all know where to tune into, and we're giving you all accurate information.
Yeah, so you can call in.
We're sick of the trolls, y'all, so we're gonna go to StreamYard to make sure that we maximize participation.
Yeah, and we appreciate it. And thank you, iHeart and Black Effect Network, Charlemagne, Tiffany Haddish, Dolly Ihaku, and
Jawara
Chanel for bringing us back for season 2 of Laugh and Learn. Thank you, Mr. Will Pearson. Thank you, Black Effect Network, but thank you, iHeart, for the check. What happened?
We love you all. We appreciate you. Where can everybody find you?
Yeah, that's the number right there.
Okay. Well, since Flame ignored my question, and see tapping stuff.
That's going to be the call-in number for next week. And download your StreamYard, because we will be on StreamYard next week where we'll be able to bring in 6 people through YouTube, where we'll be able to bring on 6 people at a time. It'll be much clearer. We'll be on the computer. It's going to be bomb. We're going and the green screen ain't going to look like this when y'all see it. So please follow Lauren Hogan on her YouTube page at Lauren Hogan, or follow me on my YouTube page at Flame Monroe, because we will not be on IG next week. We will be on StreamYard through YouTube.
But you can follow the Laugh and Learn podcast on IG, so that way you get updates about what we're doing with the show. We're going to start promoting it more, putting little clips up. So it's a little more engaging now, but that's really going to be our promotional page, so you guys know what's going on with the podcast.
And next week I will be very messy. So messy is coming. Yes. I'm about to be the new Wendy. How you doing?
And people, stop asking Flame to follow you back, because we're not using IG Live anymore. So don't even worry about it. Switch, and then that's what we're going to
download StreamYard.
Yes.
Because at Laugh and Learn, what's our motto, Lauren? We got the same motto.
We still got the same motto?
We still got the same motto.
We are not trying to get anybody to change your mind. We are simply trying to get you to use your mind. Why?
And in order to use your mind, you have to have a mind, because some of y'all brainless, honey. Some of y'all just dumb as hell, honey. A mind is a terrible thing to waste. Favorite line from The Wizard of Oz: sometimes people without brains sometimes people with brains do an awful lot of talking. See how I just fucked that up?
You know my favorite line is?
What?
Common sense ain't common.
Who's she talking to?
I wasn't talking to you.
I know you. I know you weren't talking to Mother.
I was not talking to you.
You know, Mother went all the way to the 10th grade. I know you weren't talking to Mother.
All the way to the 10th grade. All the way to the 10th grade.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have had the best time. Thank you so much. I enjoyed you guys. We look forward to seeing you all on next week. Have a blessed, safe week. Understand and remember that Omicron and coronavirus are still prevalent. Whatever your decision is for your body, let it be your decision. But stay safe. Follow the rules. Wear your damn mask. Practice social distancing and wash your hands. And if you don't have to travel to be putting yourself in harm's way, please don't. This is Flame Monroe.
I'm Lauren Hogan. Sorry.
And that is Mr. Kendall. And this is Laugh and Learn. And we appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Laugh and Learn is a production of the Black Effect Network and iHeartRadio. Our executive producer is Tiffany Haddish. Our theme music is by Chrissy Payne.